I'm Vanya. Welcome back to my channel. Today, you're gonna watch me transform from this quarantine cutie with a booty to Pinhead's gay cousin Pearlhead. It'll be a joyous ride. Fun for the whole family. Bring them along. Bring the kids, bring Nana, bring the pets. There'll be a hayride, a coupon for a hayride perhaps, you know? I'll be turning a look on a hayride. You have to stick around to see it. It's like, wow. Stick around. Yeah, okay. I'm trying off a new thing where like a signature, like a sign off, So let me know what you guys think of that in the comments.
I draw a lot of my inspiration from horror films. I love to be titillated. Pinhead is a very iconic movie character with a very particular look, and while I love horror, the grotesque and all things creepy, it's not really my personal aesthetic. There really isn't some deep introspective inspiration for this. I ordered these super long pins that are used for floral arrangements. I was going to use them to hold a wig in place, but then I was like, wow, that's cute. Let's put it on my face. And then I did, but I also used them to hold a wig in place. The dress itself isn't so much inspired as it is knocked off. I loved Hari Neff in this custom Gucci dress she wore to the 2019 Met Gala. I also love Rodarte, and I'm always inspired by them, so I borrowed some elements from their fall 2020 show. I decided on this periwinkle blue color with a bright sunflower yellow bow, and then added lilac and pastel purple flowers as a contrast. I started by determining what length of pin would stand up from the base pearl and support the weight of the pearl up. I wanted to go as long as possible and use the 2-inch pins uncut in the first prototype. But for some reason it didn't really work. I don't know why. I'm assuming like science and something to do with either and or gravity. I then like cut them down to 1.5 inches and that worked. Again, I don't know science. I stupidly only made 50 pins to cover my giant meat planet of a head. That was really stupid and very dumb. I needed exactly 130 pins to cover my entire head. So I started by making a sticky tape backing and sticking the base pearl on. I then took the 2-inch floral pins and cut them down to 1.5 inches. After this very tedious process, I proceeded to heat a pin and stab a hole in the center of the pearl base. Then I dipped the cut pin in a bit of E6000 and inserted it into the hole I made in the base pearl. Then I had a completed little ditty, a bunch of completed little ditties. I kind of winged the bow pattern based on a shape I had in my mind. Luckily, it worked out for the best. I used felt and yellow velvet to make the bow, cutting out a stiff felt structure and sandwiching it between 2 pieces of velvet. I pinched and hand sewed the center, then wrapped it in a piece of felt covered in velvet. Achieving the perfect color flower was a bit difficult. I dyed some lavender roses a deeper, more red-toned purple, and then ended up not using the big rose at all. I just used the smaller roses to flank the large bouquet of lilac in place at the center of the bow. the lilac itself that I tied together using heavy duty thread and then attached it to the felt base using E6000. I then added some green leaves and proceeded with sewing the tie for the bow tie. Just a piece of velvet. I finished off the velvet tie with some ribbons. I hand-dyed lilac, tipped with pearls. Velvet is kind of tricky, and you're not supposed to iron it. I used a steamer I held in place with my juicy thighs. And then hand-sewed the rest of the tie. I made a mock-up of the dress using a pattern I will not be sharing with you as it's way too complicated and difficult for any of you to master or use. I'm like, sorry, but you should feel blessed that you weren't cursed with the burden of always being the best and smartest all the time, always. I wanted to use this baby blue sequin fabric as a base of the dress because, I don't know, I just can't not use a sequin fabric. I cut out the base of the bodice in the sequin fabric as well as a layer of white interfacing. The sequin fabric is sequin sewn onto mesh, so it's quite lightweight. I backed it with the white interfacing, and the white backing actually made the blue pop more, as well giving it more structure. I did a mock-up for the lattice work on the bodice of the dress off camera. It was a bit tedious, but worth it in the end and definitely required a mock-up. I made the lattice pieces using 2.5-inch pieces of organza that I folded in half and sewed it up, 1/4-inch seam allowance. Turning it inside out gave me clean lattice strips that wouldn't snag on the sequins of the base fabric. I also made 1 3/4-inch ruffles off camera, but their placement wasn't too difficult as they sat above the bust along the yoke line. Making sure the lattice pieces sat on top of the base fabric in a way that was flattering took a bit of wiggling around. I used tailor's ham to create a bust shape in the chesticle area, allowing me to pin the lattice pieces on with a bit of a give. So when I put them on my giant juicy body, they didn't pull too much. When I was satisfied, with the placement, I hand stitched them in place. The skirt portion of the dress consists of one layer of organza and one layer of sequin fabric. I did not back the skirt with white interfacing. To wiggle the pattern a bit to get it to fit properly. I like that while the sequin underskirt fabric is quite lightweight, it's not as lightweight as the organza. This caused the organza to stick out from the sequin fabric, which tends to hang down due to its weight. Here I am cutting out the sleeve fabric, along with the sequin cuff. I then cut the neck stand out of the sequin fabric. This portion of the dress I did back with interfacing, as I needed as much support in the neck area as possible. Once all the different parts of the dress were sewn together, I very poorly set an invisible zipper and did a test fit. Here I am feeling all 3.5 of my oats. I added lilac petals at the cross section of the lattice. The bodice of the dress is where I diverged the most from the original Gucci design. For the better. I added 3 pearls in varying sizes to the centers of all the petals. I then moved on to the shoulder ruffle and used my partner as a dress form. I also used him as a dress form when I had to apply the peplum to the waist of the dress. Look at this shot! Watch out, Martine Scorsese. I next added a lining to the bodice of the dress. The skirt does not have a lining as it's already 2 layers. The final bits of the dress were attaching the 2 12-inch skirt ruffles, tiered 5 inches apart. At this stage of the completion process, I was so beyond done. It was like dragging a very beautifully dressed body around, and I hated it. I hated this part. In the end, I'm very proud of the dress and how it turned out. I don't think I achieved the actual quality of the Gucci dress, but I do feel like my patterns and the overall construction came pretty close. I completed the dress with a cuff and 2 purple buttons and some ties and pearls. I also transformed some shoes, painting them lilac using some leather paint that I mixed myself. Then I used the leather paint to paint the nails for these gloves. I do not recommend using leather paint as nail polish. It is very soft and damages easily. I had to apply like 3 top coats, but in the end I love the gloves and the stiletto nails. I ended up doing this makeup twice because I didn't like the photos I shot on the first attempt. The recording of the makeup went well though, and I wanted to show off both. This might be a nightmare to watch, I'm not sure yet. I'd like to take cinematography to the next level. I really like to push the envelope, you know. Yeah, do you hear that? Do you hear that sound? That's the sound of Martin Scorsese's Oscars being melted down and made into Oscars for me. I would tell you what products I use, but I'm on this new kick where I don't support corporations. Not for anti-capitalist reasons, just because they don't support me. So once they do, please anticipate a quick sell of my soul. Thank you. I applied the pearl pins using Prozaid. I applied a very thin layer to the pearl and to a spot on my head that I cleaned using micellar water. Well, you should use micellar water, and I did on the second day of shooting. On the first day, I used my saliva, which is not only hygienic, it is also very classy. It is very important to apply a thin layer of glue and let both the glue on your skin and the glue on the piece you're attaching to you become completely dry. This will guarantee you have the strongest hold possible. No moisture, none can get into the little nook and crevices of this adhesion. Overall, I'm very proud of this makeup and learned a lot in the process. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I had a great time making it. Now enjoy these few clips of me having what appears to be a very juicy and sexy seizure in front of a green screen. Please like and subscribe and show it to all your fathers who have money. Bye, sweaties!